Hello, my name is Royal, and this is why I think Sunderland and Reading FC are the two most surprising teams in the EFL Championship. Starting off with Reading now, I think the one reason for this is Paul Ince and Alex Rae's management. They've really turned a corner with this Reading FC side and flipped them from a hard team to sort of break down, but you can get goals against them because they're sloppy at the back, and last season we knew that. And then transforming into this squad where they can hold on, they can counter attack, they can press well against Blackburn. They've really done well, taking over from last season and just honestly done a brilliant job. And on top of that, he's transformed them into a side that can compete at a viable level in the EFL Championship, which could be the hardest league in the world and the most competitive league in the world. Another reason I believe that Reading are the most surprising team in the season is last season. I know this might sound a bit odd at first, but last season Reading were handed a 6-point deduction for breaking financial rules by the EFL. And we were really sloppy that season. The mentality didn't really, weren't really too great, and this led to Veljko Pavlovic's sacking at the end, not really the end, the middle of the season. But this lack of mentality, lack of confidence, really led to us falling place in the championship table, and ultimately plunking us right into a relegation fight. But only due to a 4-4 draw to Swansea, which is a massive game to be stay up, and obviously Derby being deducted quite a few points. Another big part of Reading FC's success and surprising season so far have been their signings. Signings like Shane Long with his fairy tale return to Reading FC and Andy Carroll bringing experience back into the striking position have really proven themselves, and also one of the best Reading players I've ever seen in the blue and white shirt, Tom Ince. And the loan signings that came in, like Joe Lumley, who's was pretty shocking against Rotherham, but he's proven himself in other games, and also Jeff Hendrick, who brings Premier League quality and experience to our midfield. Once again, another big part of Reading SC's success this season has been the mentality of the players. So last season, and well, to the end towards last season, not many people knew what Reading FC would bring to the table in the 22-23 season, having only just survived relegation, and and the players just maybe having a bit of a, sort of reoccurring feeling that would happen again. But Reading FC's players and coaching staff and management and the fans as well, I know we do get knocked a bit for not having the best fans, but I think we've really turned a corner in the 1871 end anyway. But they've just been immense. Having to go, I think it was, what game was it? 1-0 down against Cardiff, and then Shane Long and Tom Ince proving that they are good players and should be in our Reading squad. And that mentality, just even though you're 1-0 down, to bounce back again in Hull City, where Andy Carroll gets a bit of a lucky deflection and is turned in for an own goal. Just those types of situations really prove that they're a team to compete with the best of the best, like Burnley and Sheffield United. I know this one might sound a little bit odd, but my final reason why I believe Reading have had the most surprising season so far is doubt from other people. See, most championship prediction videos I watched had Reading FC to go down in about 23rd or 22nd place due to last season and key players leaving like John Swift, Andy Rinomota and Josh Laron. And because of this, most people, underestimated Reading a little bit, putting out weaker sides, and we exploited them for that. We got 3 points at home. I think we've had a really good home record so far. I know our away has been a bit shaky, but we're slowly improving that. And Paul Ince, what a turnaround job he's done. I know this doesn't really link into doubt, but I just want to add, he just brings like a fight till you die mentality, get those 1-0 wins, defend well, and we move up the table. And who better to join us to talk about Sunderland and their surprising season than a Sunderland fan? So James, thank you for being on the channel. How are we doing, mate?
Hello everyone, I'm James Kinson. I'm happy to be on the Loyal Royals today, and I think I'm going to tell you about a few things that I think have boosted the club these past seasons, or this season itself. I think the signings we've made have been top quality. We've made the likes of Ellis Sims on a loan, who's shocking, like, to us. I think nobody saw that coming. Amad Diallo, I mean, where did he come from? Ballard, Alesse. We were looking a bit quiet, but they've really stepped up for us. Some of them have been injured, like the likes of Ballard has really not broken toe at QPR, and he's not been on yet, but he has really proved himself, and I think we'd be lucky to keep Ahmad. I don't think we'll be. I think Manchester United will be wanting him back with his skill, but they really have boosted us to a different sort of level. And yeah, the defence alone has been absolute top class. I think our players they've really stepped up from League One. We've had a lot of League One like brutes, I'd say, and we've gone from playing League One football, fifth in the League One side, to a very good champion side. I mean, we're fourth right now, but that's not going to last very long. And that's because our players have stepped up. The likes of Ross Stewart, the likes of Danny Barth, he's been a big one, and Anthony Patterson, who started halfway through last season because one of the team got COVID. So we've really stepped up. I think another big reason we've done so well is our management. Tony Mowbray, although he was a shock thanks to Alex Neil snaking us, Tony Mowbray has been an absolute blessing for us. We've got a young side, and Tony Mowbray knows how to deal with them. He knows how to develop them. He really, when he was at Blackburn, he really motivated sides to go to his club, and I think he'll do that for us with the likes how he's developed Diallo, how he's developed Dan Neil, our young Sunderland boy, the next Jordan Henderson, some say. He has really brought us to a stable part of our club, and I think he will be doing that for ages. I think a good point to focus on as well is the mentality and the fans. Fans have really showed up this season. Obviously, we are in a high because of that playoff final and all of the great atmospheres we bring. But I think that was absolute limbs. I was there, and I'm best day of my life. But better than being cancer, mate. But honestly, our fans and our mentality of the club, whenever losing our strikers, the fans are still there, they're screaming, and yet we've got blooming Alex Pritchard up front. He's an attacking midfielder, he don't know how to do that, and yet we're still doing it. We've not scored from a set piece, and yet the mentality of the players, we've managed to get there, managed to get to that height, not scored from a corner, not scored from a free kick, but we've got there because of the mentality and the fans. I think the final thing I'd like to touch upon for our greatness and our obvious best team in Championship is the development of the club, and I think the owner and the director have really carried us there. I think they've brought in the right players. I think they've got a good project, and I think they've got a good plan to hopefully get us up in a couple seasons' time. I'm not looking for now, but hopefully. Alright, and that has been me. Thank you for listening to what I have to say, and let us know if you agree.
It's alright, mate. Thank you for coming on the show, and hopefully next time we talk to you, Sunderland would have gone down. So, do you agree? I know that most people aren't really too keen on Reading, but I think it's a pretty strong case, and Sunderland as well. What do you think about Sunderland? Because I do believe that they are quite a good club. But anyway, thank you for watching. I've been Loyal Royal. Stay loyal, like and subscribe. Thank you.